Now, have you ever wondered how, people just have it all figured out, right? I mean, is success only reserved for certain people? Have you ever envied people because, they've made it? I want to be where they are. How can I change my life? So by the end of this video, you're going to have 5 tools, a recipe where you can start changing your life, right? And I'm not talking about overnight success, because we know that that's, unrealistic sometimes, but what is sustainable and obtainable is building a foundation that can help you, keep evolving in this marathon called life, right? Because what is success anyway? Well, the simple definition of success by Maya Angelou is liking other people, liking what they do, and how they do it. Wait a minute. No, I'm just kidding. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. And so she didn't mention other people's liking, such as status, money, or fame, because success is all about who? Success is all about you, and success on your terms. You define what success is. And so doesn't that just take the burden off of us? Because now we're not comparing ourselves to other people. So how does knowing more about us and who we are change our life? Okay, well then let's first dive into our first ingredient, which is knowing our values. Values, well, why? Why is this important? Because our values is basically our guiding compass. It gives us a sense of direction and purpose, and our values are very unique and specific to each individual, right? It makes up our identity, or essentially our sense of self. And the more that we are actually in tune with our sense of self, the more we have better mental health. I mean, it just makes so much perfect sense, because the more we compromise our values, the more disconnected we are from our true self. And it doesn't feel good mentally or emotionally, even physically, when we continue to compromise who we really are. So where do I start? Where can we start, right? Well, as a life coach, I usually like to ask my clients, what would you be doing if there were no barriers like money, or there wouldn't be any type of consequence if you were to pursue your interests and values? First of all, you'll feel better, right? And you'll do better because you are connected and in tune with who you really are. And so why is this important? Because when I think of the word values, I think of the word valuables, right? And when something is so valuable to us, it means a great deal, right? It's special personal property that we own, that we have inside of us. It's intrinsic. So our values, in essence, deserves to be defended, protected, not hidden, but shared. So if values is a sense of self, then goal setting is self-mastery, right? Because the benefits of goal setting and planning is that it allows you to focus harder. It allows you to measure progress. So where do we start? We'll always start with the end in mind. Then just work backwards, right? Now, how do you do your goal setting is all up to you. It's like the quote said, goal setting is liking how you do it, right? It's liking what you do, and it's liking how you do it. Maybe for some, you might create a vision board if you're a visual person, or you might write it down, what you want to experience in life and what you really want to have in your life, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, or even weekly goals. But the point is that I want to drive home is, in order for us to change our life, our goals has to be challenging and realistic. So tap into your imagination and design the life that you really want to have, because we are just not accepting our life, but we are leading our life, and we want to try to design it through goal setting and planning. Because remember, a person who doesn't plan plans to fail. So by planning, your next year doesn't have to be like your last year. It doesn't have to be like this year, right? So we can actually have a sense of success right now, and change can start right now for you. But how do you stick to your goals? Well, we need to create a system in order to stick to a habit. Meaning, it's not enough to just say, hey, I'm going to the gym, it's a habit, I'm going to start working out, It means that we're going to actually approach this methodically, right? It's a methodical process where we are actually preparing beforehand. A system makes a good habit stick. So you need to put your workout clothes, if you're planning to start working out 6 a.m. in the morning, right? You need to have your running shoes already out and ready the night before, right? Because these are cues for your mind or triggers that will motivate you to complete a task. And when you do it often enough, it becomes a habit. Because what happens if, let's say, you didn't do those prep work the night before? Well, you might be spending more time 6 a.m. in the morning looking for clothes, looking for your running shoes, and things like that. And then you might not be as motivated or as lit up, right? Like, I need things to be a little bit mindless, so I can spend the time, really all the extra time that I have, on focusing on my goals. So anyway, I know I said that I was going to give you 5 tips, but I'm going to give you an extra one, and this bonus tip is actually my personal favorite. So stick around to know what it is. And if you're liking this video and you're finding value, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Now, the 4th key ingredient is what you feed your mind. Now, this is essential because changing our life could mean changing our lifestyle, right? Changing who we hang out with, or the things that we read, or things that we listen to. Basically, it's who or what we expose ourselves to. You know, sometimes your closest friends and relatives might have good intentions, but might not like this new version of you, and that's very common. But we have to remember that these people who have known us the longest, you know, might take the longest to come around. But in the meantime, we can't keep waiting for people, because if we do, we'll be wasting our life, and life is short. And when this happens, you got to be like P. Diddy and just put your blinders on. And, you know, sometimes you just have to put your relationship on park and just go, right? So you're probably thinking, well, Aubrey, if I'm going to go all in, am I going to be alone in this transformative process? Well, you can, but you don't have to, right? And that's why our 5th ingredient is having accountability buddies or partners, right? Now, why is this important? Well, because similar to what we feed our mind, right? Accountability partners is what we attach ourselves to. You know, we want to attach ourselves to people who have more experience, or who have the same drive or growth mindset like us, who also wants to make an impact and change their life. And what's key is that they have these similarities, right, values as you, because then you're just going to just accelerate in your goal setting. Because let me tell you, it's very hard in the beginning to change. And sometimes it's even hard in the process. It's like you're climbing an uphill battle, right? But by having accountability partners, this whole transformative process and journey hopefully will be more enjoyable for you. And data shows that having an accountability partner increases your success rate in hitting your goals up to 95%. Now, that's really amazing. So again, you know, life is short, and what we need is just speed. Okay, so now thank you for getting to the end of this video, you know, because as promised, the one quality you need to package all of this life-changing marathon of your life together is self-compassion. Self-compassion, well, you know, why is this the secret ingredient to success or to changing your life? Because as mentioned, on this journey, you're going to have some hard days, right? With yourself, with people, and maybe a little bit with yourself some more, right? Because sometimes you won't have those tangible community with you 24/7, right? But when I think of the word community, it has the word unity, right? Which means you have to be in union with yourself first. And that's why self-compassion is key. Self-compassion is something I like to practice too. I like to tell myself, hey, Aubrey, you know, you did a good job today, or you did okay today, you did 1% better, and 1% better is huge for me. Remember that solitary comes first, then monetary, right? You want to be able to spend time with yourself first, to understand your goals and your values before you buy another self-help book. But if you need more clarity, or maybe if you're just still stuck, then I would recommend watching this video here.